Hi. Hi, what's your name? Disco. Oh my goodness. Let's go get you a home. Hello, Vermont. Well, because my cats Brindle and Wybie might be watching this at home, I'm going to say right up front that I am more of a cat person, but I also have a very soft spot for pugs. I think it's the mouth breathing. So I was super excited when we booked today's guest, or should I say guests. Amy Frye is the president of Green Mountain Pug Rescue, which will be holding their annual Pug Social on September 13th. I have a lot of questions about that. And with her is Disco. Amy and Disco, thank you both for joining me. Hi, Disco.
Thank you.
How's it going? Okay, so Amy, tell us a little bit about Disco.
Disco is a 3-year-old pug beagle mix, also known as a puggle.
A puggle. Oh, goodness. Okay, he's a puggle. Okay.
He's a puggle. He came from Colorado.
Okay.
So a long ways away. The owners reached out to us because they were struggling with some behavior issues for him and didn't know how to handle it. And the pug rescues in the area also couldn't take him because they were full.
They were full. Okay.
Yes. So we transported him to Vermont and started working on his behavior issues. He worked with a trainer, and now he is probably the happiest I've ever seen him.
That's awesome. What are we talking about with behavior issues? What kind of behavior issues did you have?
So he was a biter. And so his opinion was that if I don't want to do something, I can just, try to nip and people will leave me alone. And so
very reasonable. Sometimes we all want to bite a little bit when people are annoying us. Okay.
So what we did with the trainer is she really got down to why he was being that way and made him realize that he's going to have to do things he doesn't want to do.
Okay. And so biting still not an issue for him anymore?
He has not bitten.
That's amazing.
Since I've gotten him back from the trainer.
Okay.
And
so Disco, you are a success story.
He is a success story.
You have all of your behavior in order. You are ready for a new home.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, he's going to put on a show. Very good. Ready for a new home.
Belly rubs is his thing.
So what does somebody do if they want to adopt Disco?
So they can go on our website, gmpr.org, and fill out an adoption application. And we have a pretty thorough approval process where it involves a home visit and reference checks.
Yes, okay. Got to make sure that it's a good fit.
Got to make sure that the dogs are landing in a safe and happy place for them.
Okay. So is Disco's story typical?
His story is not typical. We usually, a lot of the dogs we take in have a lot of more acute medical issues, like they could need just, a neuter spay, they need vaccinations. Those are the typical ones. Sometimes they even need like a dental if their teeth are really bad, because pugs, unfortunately, are notorious for having bad teeth.
Well, that's actually, I had heard that pugs come with, I did my little mouth breathing. I had heard that pugs do sometimes have some health issues. Is that true?
They can. So the breathing can be a problem, and so there is a surgery that can help open up their airways and help them breathe better, and that's a pretty common one that we have to do for them.
Okay, so but that's a part of what happens when you take in a dog for rescue and are working on getting it a new home. You're taking care of all of those issues so that they're really ready to land with their new owners.
Yeah, we want to make sure that they are the healthiest that they can possibly be, and it's less financial strain on those adopters when they do take them.
Okay. So are all of the dogs that you work with at Green Mountain Rescue, are they all rescues? Where are they coming from?
They come from all over. So a lot of them are owner surrenders, but we do get pugs from other rescues. So we recently partnered with a rescue down in Texas called Dallas Fort Worth Pug Rescue because they were just overrun with pugs. They literally are running the streets wild down there.
Oh my goodness.
They're, yeah, so we've been working with them and getting dogs up to Vermont because we don't have that much of a problem. And so that's been a really great partnership with them.
I'm picturing now parts of the country that are apparently inundated with pugs. This doesn't sound terrible.
It doesn't, but you know, Texas is a very hot state too, and so pugs do not do well in the heat.
Oh, okay, so better suited to our Vermont climates.
Absolutely.
Well, and Disco, if I heard correctly, is actually a very outdoorsy dog, loves adventuring in Vermont. What are some of his adventures he's been on?
So he has been to Cape Cod, and he absolutely loves going hiking. He went on a 6-mile hike and he went no problem. He loves being very active, and that really helps with his behavior too, and controlling that, because the beagle side of him, those dogs are very active, and if they don't have enough activity in their life, then they can just be miserable, and they will make everyone else around them miserable if they don't get that activity that they need.
That. Well, so let's talk. So then that sounds though like that's not the typical pug profile. What is it like to have a pug in your life?
A typical pug usually wants to do what you're doing, and being a couch potato is one of them. Unless they're younger, then they can be very playful up until about 3-4 years old, and then they start to mellow out and they just want to be in your lap and just snuggling and sleeping.
Okay, so yeah, so who's an ideal pug owner?
An ideal pug owner is somebody that's home most of the time than not, because these dogs crave human attention.
Okay, so they're very good companions.
Very good companion dogs, and you know, if you can take them on errands and take them everywhere you go, they will be super happy.
Okay, so they want to get out, they want to be with you, they're very good for sitting on the sofa with you, doing Netflix and chill all afternoon. Okay, but not Disco.
Not Disco.
Disco, with that little bit of puggle in you, needs to be taken out and given a bit of exercise. How about with other pets? Well, how is Disco with other pets, for example?
So when Disco first came in, he was very possessive of his toys and did not like to share. Now he can play with other dogs, and you know, the other dogs can take the toy away from him, and he has no issue at all. Okay. So he gets along great with dogs and cats. You know,
And pugs in general, are they good with other animals? Do they like to be alone? What do they like?
So pugs usually like, you know, the attention and the companionship also of other animals, and so they usually do get along well with other dogs and cats.
Okay. You have you always been a pug lover? Is this like the only thing you do? Do you spend your entire life just taking care of pugs?
So this is a volunteer position that I do, and yes, I've had pugs most of my life. The first pug that I got was when I was about 12 years old, and his name was Winston, and he was just the best pug ever. And so had him, you know, for the majority of my life, and then I got my own when I was in college. His name was Sky, and he was my first rescue, actually. Because the person that had him couldn't keep him, and so she was moving back to Taiwan and couldn't take him along. He's also great. But now I have 2 pugs of my own, as well as a French bulldog that I adopted through the rescue.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and will you be bringing all of your pug family with you to this pug social? Let's talk about your pug social.
Yes, so all of my animals go to the pug social. Disco will definitely be there, so people can meet him and just see how great of a dog he is.
And tell us a little bit more about the event. It's coming up on September 13th, right? I think we've got some information on the screen so people can see. I like your sort of groovy 70s theme that you've got going on. Tell us more about the pug social. What happens?
Yeah, so the pug social is an all-day event, rain or shine. It's at Branberry State Park. It goes from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And throughout the day, we have different contests that the dogs can participate in, including the best kisser.
Okay, all right. I want to see this.
Yeah,
yes.
so that's a fun time. And they have costume contests. We have races. And then during the event, to help raise money for the pug rescue, we have a silent auction and multiple raffles going. And we also do have vendors that are there selling their pug merchandise that they make. And we have a food truck too, because it's an all-day event. People get hungry.
All-day event. How many pugs you said?
Anywhere between 100 to 200 pugs you could see in one place.
Pugs in one place. All right. In tutus, I'm imagining lots of costumes.
Well, this year it'll be the 70s vibe, so they'll be wearing their 70s attire.
Okay, so we're going to see some very groovy pugs.
Very groovy pugs.
Nice. So a little more about Pug Rescue. How many pugs have you placed in homes to date?
We have placed thousands of pugs to date.
Oh my gosh.
So
That's incredible. When was your organization founded?
We were founded in 2002.
Okay.
And so we save anywhere between 80 to 100 pugs a year. So over 22 years, doing the math, over 2,000 pugs.
That's amazing.
That we've saved.
That's amazing. And in addition to adoption, you also fostering, how else can people get involved with, say, fostering dogs?
Yeah, so with fostering dogs, they can go on the website, fill out the foster application. And so the great thing with our foster program is that the owners or the foster homes are not responsible for any costs for the dog. We cover everything for their vet bills, their food. A lot of times people have other dogs, and so they will feed the same food that they feed their own dogs. So that saves us a little.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the diet is very important because pugs can be very overweight. That's another thing that we see very often, where because their faces are so cute and it's just so easy to like give them a little thing from your plate.
I know, we just want to spoil them, right, Disco?
Yes.
That's what we want to do. So how else can people help these cute little guys and your organization?
Yeah, so we always need fosters, so people definitely can sign up to do that. And then also we need help with volunteers for doing home checks to help us, process those adoption applications, helping out with events, or checking shelters for us if they find a dog that needs our help.
And the Pug Social, what's the overarching goal? Is this like a big fundraiser for you?
Yeah,
what does the money go toward?
Yeah, this is our biggest fundraiser of the year, and all of the money that we raise help us save more pugs and help them cover their vet expenses and anything that they need.
Do you have some relationships with vets in Vermont that are helping out with some of the pug care?
Yeah, so we do have some vet offices in the area that will give us a discount. That's really helpful for when we're vetting the dogs. We even have had some that will just offer some free services to us, which is fantastic.
That's amazing. Disco, so what do you think? Do you think that you're going to have a great time at the Pug Social?
He's going to have a blast. I'm definitely going to sign him up for some of the contests to show off some of his skills.
I think that Disco is going to be able to show off those ball skills, definitely going to be able to do some of the kissing. Do you think you're going to be a big kisser? Can I say goodbye? Thank you so much, Disco. You've been great today. Well, if you have fallen in love with Disco today and want to know more about adoption, fostering, or the September 13th Pug Social, visit the website on the screen. Disco and Amy, it has been my absolute joy to have you with us today. Disco, buddy, I'm rooting for you. Can you shake? No, we can do licking though. Okay. Thank you so much, sweetheart. All right. And thank you, as always, Vermont, for learning and exploring with me today. And thanks to the team that makes Across the Fence possible. I'm Amy Finley. This is Across the Fence. Come back and let's learn and explore again tomorrow.